I don't care if you're driving a Mercedes, if you're driving a BMW, or if you're Ubering. It doesn't really matter. It's not driving your real estate business. Let's be honest. The client doesn't matter. They don't care what you drive. It doesn't matter to them. The facts are they need you to what? Show them online, show up online, let them see what they need to see. They're all looking online. They're online. This is where your clients are. They're in the clouds, right? They're all over the internet. They're on Zillow. They're on all the lead gen tool system companies' sites. They're looking everywhere they can. So they're doing what we're teaching them to do, not go to us. That's where we teach them. That's where the problem lies. And we're worried about, am I driving the coolest car? Don't worry about the Mercedes. Don't worry about the BMW. Heck, you can take an Uber to go show a house. That's a fact, because the truth is, at the end of the day, the client cares that you show them the best service, that you show them what they're looking for. Now, here's some interesting stats. There are 1.566345 real estate agents in the country. What does that mean? There's 1.5 million, almost 1.6 million real estate agents active in the United States. Here's some interesting news. So I just got into a discussion with an agent about agents. No, they're all leaving the industry. And actually, I saw one on the news, actually on the evening news in my local network, in my local area, and it was a broker saying, "Oh yeah, real estate agents are leaving in droves out of the business. They're all quitting, and the real estate world is shrinking as far as in agents." Well, that's not true. Actually, that's quite inaccurate. The truth is, back in 2006, we peaked at 1.3 million licensed real estate agents in the United States. So we're talking just the US. 1.3 million in 2006. That was the peak. And what happened in 7, 8? Well, we know, market crashed, right? So all of a sudden it started to de-escalate down. So what you had was the amount of agents leaving were quite significant, quite a few. But even then, only 300,000 left the industry. So it went under 1 million. It went right around 960,000 licensed real estate agents that in 2013. It started to rise again. So you take what happened in 2006, it peaked 1.3 million licensed real estate agents, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, it kept dropping. And 13 is when it started its upward trend again. And at that point, there were about 960,000 licensed agents. So from 2013, then it went up to an upswing, up to today where we are. So if you look at that, this is a 10-year change from 10 years ago to today, 2013 to today. Now we're at just under 1.6 million licensed real estate agents active. Because there's another almost 500,000, 490,000 licensed real estate agents whose licenses are in what's called holding, or they're in inactive use, but they're still a licensed agent. So this is what you have. So there's almost 2 million licensed real estate agents, about 1.5 million that are active. Now, of the active ones, we get it. There's a ton of agents who are still not producing a lot. Right now, what's happening is you've got an interesting thing. We've got interest rates at a high rate right now, and they're climbing. You've got a inventory that is extremely low, which is shrinking. And then you've got agents bouncing all over the place and leaving brokerages. So I get why that broker said, yeah, they're leaving in droves. So I literally looked up her brokerage. They are leaving in droves from her brokerage. And it's not that she's a bad broker. She's a pretty good broker. And I've done deals with her in the past, so very familiar with her. And it was strange what she was saying, so I looked it up. And what's happened is her agents are leaving in droves. But there's a reason for it. The models of real estate brokerages are changing. And that's what's really pushing a lot of the changes it drives. And I'm not saying, hey, come work at the one I'm at, or go to the one that she's at, or the one that he's at. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is find what fits you. You have an age group. So if we look at the last 10 years, think about this. Real estate agents, we all know, they don't ever retire. We don't go to real estate agent retirement parties because they die. They have to sell until they die because they are only as good as their next sale. You don't sell a house, it's the only money you make. Well, there are a lot of brokerages today that are coming out with much more lucrative packages for an agent that are more agent-centric. There's ones that agents own the company. There's ones that agents can get other residual incomes from the company. There's some that have share stock in the company. You can own part of the company. There's a lot of different things out there today, and it's becoming more agent-centric. Well, the traditional standard brokerages for the last 120 years, they're not in that model. So therefore, they can't offer those things. They can say, hey, stay here and I'll reduce your cap. Well, I had an agent that I literally talked to just this morning, and the reason I'm doing this video for you now is because it was really interesting to me. Thinking of what I heard on the news, I looked up the information, got the actual facts of what was really happening, started thinking about it, looking at it. Then I talked to an agent this morning who's a pretty big agent. And what he told me was, hey, Kurt, I appreciate you offering me what it looks like to come at your brokerage. The truth was, I didn't offer him anything that just isn't our standard package, right? This is what we all get. And he couldn't understand that, well, don't some people get, sweet deals and all? No, actually, we don't. And there are brokerages that do that. And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. All I'm saying is, if we're not on the same playing field, this is what creates this animosity within a brokerage itself. And then everybody seems and feels like you're working for yourself by yourself. Reality is, what if you could actually work collectively where everybody is pulling in the same direction? Real estate agents see each other as a threat. They see each other as competition. The truth is, we're not. We have to put deals together with each other, right? We don't have all the clients. I have some buyers, you've got sellers. I want your sellers with my buyers. I want to take my sellers and put your buyers with my sellers. That's how I want to do it. And most real estate agents at the top, they all do. So if you take the top 10% of the agents out there, they really don't see each other as competition to each other. What they see is opportunities to work better with each other. And then when you like an agent, what ends up happening? Agents recruit each other to different, hey, come work over here with us. We're having a good time. It's really cool. We like it. My broker's great, blah, blah, blah. And that's really why agents move. And the reason that agents don't move, even though they're in an environment that's very bad for them or very difficult for them or they're not thriving in, but yet they'll stay, is because they like the people they work with. It's hard to leave people you like. It's easy to leave people that you don't like. But when you like somebody, it's hard and they make you feel bad and they play on your emotions and the guilt. Well, the problem is the facts tell, the stories sell. They'll tell you stories to keep you there, and then we stay. And I did the same thing. I'm no different than anybody else until I learned that, hey, I really needed to do what was best for my family, not for their family. And it's an interesting dynamic. So once you see the difference, now you start saying, okay, do I have a retirement plan? Do I have an exit strategy? And I know there's plenty of books out there, go buy 1 million rental properties and become a renter, landlord type scenario, and hopefully you'll make enough money to have residual income. Well, there's a way to do that, and a whole lot of people have tried that, and a whole lot of people have had some success, and most have had very little success to no success. And you have to be very good at running a business. So what you have is you have salespeople who are really good at being salespeople, and you have business owners or business people that can run businesses that do a good job. When you mix the two, this is where we run into problems. So if you're a really good agent, you need to find, is there something out there for you that can allow you to be that great agent, can actually help you thrive better and provide exit strategies, provide other opportunities for you. Maybe there's ownership in it without you having to buy it. Some people say, well, can I use sweat equity to it? Well, there's brokerages out there today that will allow you to have a bigger piece of the pie, will allow you to actually make money from the company, and they'll even partner with you in the company. Find those. I'm not saying come to me, I may not be the answer for everybody, but the truth is, find what works for you. Staying where you're at, you're gonna have more of where you're at. Now, if you're like, oh, it's great, my life is perfect just the way it is and nothing should ever change, then stay right where you're at until it changes, because it's gonna change. Technology is changing everything. Cloud companies are changing everything. They're dominating in all of our spaces. Cloud is in real estate, and our clients are all in the cloud. What do I mean? The clients, where you tell you meet your clients where they are, they're all online. So if we're not meeting our clients there, if you don't have some type of social presence, you're not going to dominate. The problem is you're going to get left behind by the ones who do, because remember, it's not about who's there today. I'm talking in 5 to 10 years. If you're still going to be in this game in 5 to 10, because if you're in real estate, you probably are, because you have to stay in there until the day you die. If you're going to make any money, the reality is, if you're going to be in this for the next 10 years from now, there won't be anybody left who doesn't know how to do it the way it's being done already today. They're growing up this way. They've been this way. If we really look at the last 30 years, again, look at those numbers, look at the facts, right? If I look at what was going on back from 2013 to today, and I look at back even further than that, I go back to 2006 at the peak of how many agents were out in the industry at that time, selling homes and making money. If you really look at the difference and you look at the shift, all those agents don't know any of these things. These people don't even know what phone booths are. These people don't know what a lot of these companies are that used to be around that we grew up with. Now I'm an old guy. Well, in 10 years from now, I don't want to have to sell real estate to make a living. So the good news is I'm at a place where I can actually build that retirement piece where I don't have to, but I can actually help a lot of agents. And that's why I have over 3,000 agents I help every single day. And this isn't about me. I'm just saying, what is it for you? If you don't have that type of setup, if you don't have the ability to do this, what are you gonna do? Wish on the lucky star? It's probably not the best way to go, because all these younger, newer people coming in that are all techie, grew up and built this way, they're going to crush in this industry and thrive as the changes continue to happen. So don't get left behind.